Abusia aha malope TV aha na nimde ne nyansa kasa. Ene eye dasnonko ene ye 21st ene memreda. Na sabre a wode hweme wabra about 2 o'clock ayede koye ne men. Ene eye 21st November 2025. Na yenua ken ebedin komo abetrekre cyber security no a aye hu no a chese enwa asema koye deja no. Nana yebetie no throughout eno enene yebetie said you no abomodin akyerkyere mu no o kind brofo no akyerem no yebeko studio B na yakwakotie cyber security insensem no na yenua be ma akyerem a eyade ase yagitum ebetimi akoso war papa ama abagana ebetimi ama war esigana kyerem o kyerese cyber security ne nyade o se Ghana yesoso ana se yagitum enti no men sabra ode yanko ne yankotie ensam a emu nkyerkyeremu a yenua ken ekyeremu afa yewi a ni yato aso yaba ehia
ayemhyehyɛ kɛseɛ ato Ghana for emeburu. Some of you are when access to that particular document currently there edi ehini wɔ Ghana emeburu ni bi enya akonya ahwemu. Some of you are when akonya chance into the details not there. Munim nkɔmɔ ayebedie, but bebre enti the details ni mu nsɛm yie because this particular document who will screen issue ya to the din say the Cyber Security Amendment Bill 2025 no about 32 to 34 pages. Enti amemu ensɛm no ene brofo akɛse a empanifo tena ase a wɔn de twerɛye no emu ayedu sɛ mmabu no bɛte nsɛm no ase. Na yeduano mu a omwo into law already anase omunim die wo school mu kɔ ɛso kakra ne de wo manya abotie timi akenkan a wo mu na hyase yete ho kyerɛ Ghana fo say Ghana hey ensɛm ebobo ba mate document bi a currently circulate mu nsɛm mate mutumi ekura mu sɛ ɔman bapa anase timamufo no obi bedi afiri mu nsɛm o Ghana fo mpanimfo ba hyehyɛ mmara bi a ɛso empo sene the president Ghana fo mpanimfo ba hyehyɛ mmara no mo de mmara na kɔhyɛ obi nipa baako pensɛm a say nipa no mo de kɔhyɛ nsɛm no tumi obenya no empo will be greater than even the court than the police service edi na ɛkɔso enti wɔn mo te saa nsɛm yi ho ana man nkɔmɔ no hyɛ akyɛ sɛ ɛboboba hey what a detail yɛhwɛ kankrata ne bi no yɛnya abo checking kan mu ana yɛsi da bi said the nsɛm no sitie no wohwɛ the screen recorder da screen so ahwɛ me TV so do a wotim say details ni ye bebre tie ya adin say da bi ye benya boche me summarize the whole content no into 12 pages na that 12 pages no betimi akenkan mu akyerɛ wo Ghana ni a wohwɛ me no hunu no ma ɛkɔso ɛwɔ ɔman dem wo mo ma tin nsɛm die wo mo yem ahyase ɛhyehye wo now the summarization aspect no ye bebo ye homodi bi ase ye exceed 12 pages unti sansem we wo ba bia se de me beteche omu nti taso ne tie ye gba na me kyerɛ na me kawo don't be selfish share this particular live stream I will join the King Ghana to some people into various WhatsApp groups na yendi eye enkomo na ye bebo awura ye take the details no from the section 4A of the Cyber Security Amendment Bill according to Ghana from pennyfo no one say about Ghana internet ni so a said you see use internet ni the computer ni woman no a one person almost hye emra bi a ebeboa Ghana man nyina na emra ne ho asem ana dɔso we just screen record that say ekosa na dɔso mebo a do not be worried ya chemu a summarize it into 12 a ebebo ni tetem now taking these particular details are elikino of which some pennyfo so mo de abeto abontin they believe in say Ghana from parking kanti no munim se be kenkan atiase na hwe be chechebo now the section 4A one and some chance say eboboba or say that particular section 4A no tie about power to investigate and to prosecute. So now the national and I said the cyber security authority no ayetwa tia yetimi from the CSA no omo ba benye to me to investigate and to prosecute. That is the section 4A. What kind of section 4A now? Everything in that particular section, no. I mean, you went free, should I mean for a year the covenant is good. Everything about the particular section 4A no speaks about say almost CSA for no. cyber security authority for no omo ba benye to me to investigate and to prosecute wa mo say ku no obenye to me say wotimi hwehwe ensem mu say waba suspect obi bi ho a onye police onye attorney wotimi ba oso no abehwehwe ensem mu tie ka ha de nkanye bone ye tisi for ma beti ensem ya che omutimi prosecute you omutimi ka kira wo say though they are not an attorney omunya lawyers omunya whatever but omuhwe won nsem we mu a wo ye criminal and because so ye criminal nti yetimi de kwa do to so tie womunye the police service womunye a state attorney but omu benye tumi bi as tumi no they do not even need the court, they do not even need a warrant, but omutimi ba ofie be investigate you at any time omutimi de kwa do to so and whatever criteria omu be go through to decide say whether you're criminal or not criminal no, it depends on them, not even the president but them. And we a Ghana kwa friend the CSA no say samra we dia beto Ghana for tiri so na hon sama ababa bonte no ansa no ma pass sa de ama na be ye mra no and na make kan mu nsem kiro na the section 4A no a okay ba for ma tio those who write these laws no almost say benye to me to decide whether whatever they think is an offense and as a crime. And I say whatever they think is is against the law. And you want to me. So in general sense, say be our post to picture be internet so. And I want make a video be internet so. And I will live stream what you for see when him. And somewhere will can. So one money say a offender and yet according to the constitution, one as an authority, a self-authority with their power and again say. Ufota wa upload wa Ghana hono ana wo video no a wo upload wa Ghana wa wo kan wa wo nsebo no tio ana say wo live stream a wo te so a wo kasa no e offender a wo me decide say we against the law, we against the law. That is the summarization of the section 4A. Now so wo kan we ni ya na se wadwe mu odu no wa kan Ghana mra what you say ahankwa section 4A no eye tumi maako miensa tumi kase tumi maako miensa ana aban no that is the CSA no omo ba benya wo aban mu Ghana tumi mu na sa tumi yini one omo ba benya tumi tio to investigate you omo say ba benya tumi to decide who breaks the law omo say ba benya tumi to prosecute you kira side ya wo ye and answer whatever you're doing is not right. Now the part 2 of the section 4A is said that is 4A now. The Ghana of one no sabre binum yem to show amono. You be din commodity and I say about 32 to 34 pages. You be summarizing into a year 12 pages. The same 4A section 4A is actually say I'm on right to certify emerging technologies. They say why will show me oh baby or of asiebi or when him dear about computer semubi. Opese oye bibi edebwane mind ebia wanya AI hunim bia se otumi bia on one artificial intelligence akwani timi ye never say robot ma robot timi kasa te se nansi enkura bi ye robot ekopie mu o manhia yi ya santo afo nkura ye aeroplane etu fa wiem ya ye nyire hu a small aircraft bia etu fa wiem kokoten ne no a emrofum ehu ye o mani age no sa emre ya airbayi details ya make hu nsemi kire se ansampo na akora ana nipa da sani wo Ghana ho ubetimi imagine out say opese odi we babonte no omo wo to me to certify you omo certify wa onim de ne nka dem enya bo babonte ne echewa kwadu a ye de bebo no omo hia court omo hia the police. This is not making sure say Ghana cyber security no safe. This is a total control of the government being imposed or what they want to or a total control of the government. Our person will impose mrato Ghana for so. Indeed, the only way beyond fashion them. When certify one, they don't want to see you doing it outside them. Now, and you know some who educate on tech ideas. To say Ghana for maybe to say to be a fellow tech in chi. Idea for computer home. Idea for him dear home. A bear from fidie home. This tech in chi chirech chi kasemu. Emma one moment tiasie ensuite minya adisha. Omo kire say even So when you be able to teach Ghanaians on something about technology, ma wutumia enkokyere. Si ye chew se wo kyerɛkyerɛ bibi mu about technology on the internet, abra CSF way enim ho hwe e wo Ghana wa. Champion, ye chewa. When you are not yet 120 billion penalty. And you see kind details now, it will get to a certain point. We remember show more way just the beginning. A bedroom maybe about you. Say maybe what two woman I was here. Why we are betting them about 5 years. You do how you measure. We're just a section 4. No, I'm summarizing in your mouth. Now it goes down to even content creators. Mrana was section 4A hoketeno. A from one person image as inventors and whatever to even content creators. The same yamiti hey. Na me ye me no ma me ne mudi nkomoi. Anase ebia obi biara o internet ni so owo content bi o create no. Wo mo mpo no omo kire se ansa na wo benye to me to do your content no. They are supposed to make sure so omo certify you, else you can't even do your content. This is just the section 4A of document time. No, because abeda bontin Ghana for embebuno ebinum eyem tishiwomo. Abia descended down even to writers. Say bia otro normal to internet so my man for kind. So I'm certify wa uni to me say okwa bontin ekoye sa normal way. Tienieba. That is not security. That is a way to centralize control. Ghana for embebuno to me if you now here the story gets interesting in the document. Yeah, jump into the section 20B. 70 more do the big cost for Ghana. Says the Ghana from benefit by 2 million. And the many people are 2 million better, greater than even the president. Because of the separation of powers now constitution they are to do. Even the president need to mean sir with the judicial aspect. Baby obo and obo, be say ko we benye to me. Even the judicial so even the police system will be to me over them. What tenacia all right so for the Ghana Police Service. No bet name be would the young kind of babyama the section 20B of the cyber security amendment bill no more de babontino. Dio or say the director general ACS for no director general deputy director general so. And even officers of cyber security in Penform that's CSA for no more than or say they will have the same powers as the Ghana police. Hey, Ghana police service a good. Any other police for there were my demo. So CSA for no, deputy director general. I'm director general and not me me boni power CSA or sending in echino me boni di achemo what is uncle for we almost CSA ho Ghana ho omo ba benye to me even more than the police Ghana police because listen because omo benye to me to arrest omo to me be chew say the police it me be chew no omo so benye the same powers ni be powers to come and arrest you, powers to search your property omo to me bowra wo fie no ma be ye twetwemu. The moment to me grand police ni say police needs arrest police need or hear a warrant to come to your premises. When they don't need that. We must have even powers to even seize your properties. When yapade omo to me so omo to me ba ya hwehwemu no ye pese seize wo yapade we. And this is what is going on in the country. They do not need a warrant. CSA, cyber security. Hey, cyber security authority. Ekuta said to me we even more than Ghana. One more ya mam rasha for sure. Now, the craziest part of even the section 20B, the craziest part of the section 20B, TB, because one thing by Biase the Michi we Ghana from park and kind in Timpani for to Shamra, Ombe one year pass after no more children. Don't wanna bow was such your mother Dimonti. Debia Mecca, me say, whenever we are making a video, we do the video, say, few channel to 17, yet ye TV when you didn't feel even a duoche 70 or 80 years and put your son near your TV when you a video pop it up. You say, would we, you're very proud of ourselves, Anna. Would I be proud of myself seeing the video that I make on internet? Because the internet never forget. Inti ansa na better na si akasa no. Nya ye hwehwemu ye. And ade a me kire wi, untini ba bia. We ni secret a ekoso oman ni mu. There is going to be an authority. As our authority when you police. But obenye to me as a Ghana police. Now no to me no American ba form no. We kura baby a duru no ye comedies. Tawasoniti. Cyber security amendment bill na yeso mo be pass no. Tawasoniti. Baby a watie me aduru bia no, don't be selfish. Yetimi video na video no 20,000 views. Not 20,000 views no. Likes in kwa video no see 2,000. Meaning ma mo hwe me no, mo like content ne pa more than some be share. Mo ye selfish. Mo tie so mo share maybe no mo entie bi. Obi betimi 20,000 views video. Now the likes 500 pe. Yetimi ye video no. Na video no views near 20,000 no. Bet na likes near 2,000. Mind blowing. Nanso na share ne yeketwe. Ade na mo hwe King Ghana ne be selfish ah. Share na wonuanu mo nti de akoso o man ni mu. There's going to be an authority which is going to be bigger than even the courts and the police. Now, when are you crazy? And I and yet, yeah, see a bit. So the section 20B, no, I say, so Director General, only the director, that is the Deputy Director General of the CSA, no, and then the officers, no, one more be to me to arrest. No more be to me to even seize your properties and search your properties even without a warrant. The atwa should be a muni. The craziest of the section 20B and say, I say, unlike the police service, our money dear, reported directly to the IGP and sign a police service. I you made be a soon on my name. Report directly to the IGP, no, almost CSA 4-way. Kofoya Ayekaoo wants me our Ghana way. Almost they don't have time and they do not have to report to the IGP. Almost take it decision anymore. They do not need the IGP. Oh my God, no. We sit in a country whereby an authority of the police, you know, I doing say a certain authority is going to be bigger than them. They do not even have to report to the IGP. Johunu, someone say IGP is useless. Why do you still want to keep him in office? This is a total disrespect to the Constitution of Ghana. Who the fuck is the CSA? Who the fuck is the Cyber Security Authority to have powers even more than the IGP? To disrespect the IGP. You don't need the IGP. So Ghana police for to me report to, before they take decision, they have to report to the IGP, the Inspector General Police. Take a decision straight. You don't need the IGP. And this is the craziest part of the whole bill. Unlike the police service, one more report to the IGP. No. They report only and directly to the authority under the Ministry of Communication. They report only and directly to the Minister of Communication. Who are we talking about? We are talking about this man. Let me find his photo. Or no, Anna Wamo report to. They don't report to anybody, not even the IGP. Omo report to Akwaya me neighbor to see. Akwa way or no neighbor to me, even more than the President of the Republic of Ghana. All the appointments I'm making in answer. Akwa way or no they can't phone or no name bunipa or no negu mahama anymore cowardly. Ono ne bias ontimi nye bibia. Ono so na egu mahama ani mu ase. Ono so na be pre to me even more than the judicial system, the police service, and even more than the president, because the separation of powers of the constitution, it do not permit the president to exceed a certain limit. But who to me say why would you know say umra e dia be sun Ghana for say wo pesa wo traha. Who the heck do you think? Sam George. Because the men are also waiting. And when I would say, Eddie, I bet to abonting. Some of my up to the 14th for whatever of air next month. Say Ghana for and to me and can cry Tawi and Tiasie and Choma Bufua, Mobile passes out no we are man abayemra. And they know say Ghana for some parking kind. Make us say kura obu ho a on parking kan ya mo sike. Me den krata kin kan de nke ye video a. Enu nti de bi o mesisi ye de bia because omon parking kind and omon pen kure. You see these details? When say the Ghanaian journalists are quiet about it because they are afraid the attack of the government. Your favorite people that you watch, you see how they are quiet about it. This document is so dangerous. Now, baby, money details near. You see, basically, Sam George, Obabe, Sam George never be in charge of all these kind of things, and he's even going to be bigger than even the court, and even bigger than even the IGP, the Inspector General of Police. Because if the Inspector General of Police and I was the police for report to, that's all no. Any question will go through these people before time will arrest ya. Then who the heck is the Ghana police? Oh, yeah, bigger than the IGP. Now, me and share idea wahanum. The money the craziest. Now, the section 20B, you know, the free one here called the section 31. Medical culture say, yes, some my ZBBA. I'm going and 79 children. Said the Unyan baby, so another section 31. Or say the money robbery. That is the section 31. Would a new NEC, a new MPP and Tonchain. Our ideas to innovation are to invent something. After in the Mrawe Batchano, oh, one year bet you back rocket one near 120 billion at also 120 million to this again. Yeah, sat 5 years. So, with some Mrawe, or back a BB, a bit me a mine. Even America is not doing this nonsense. In a comment session, I say, Jimmy, and this in see on mine on me what? MPP now see on mine. Consider Jimmy, or say the money robbery session. What kind I hear the whole CSA noir? Amendment bill no for 2025 no. Or label on say the me label on say the money robbery. Me na me summarize be amount. No what thing say. Now the matter the section 31 as the money robbery in say. Or say so Ghana na say o pese o ye call and now pese o chat and now pese o test obi any form of communication ya on mine no. I was say onu CSA for 12% tax from you. Or tete no or say jiwusika. I wish I would see. O person we any form of communication on my name. Say a phone call Ghana. And our person will be chatting with an app. And our person direct SMS here friend testing directly. Any form of communication biano. I was so on Sam George through the CSA phone. I'm gonna take 12% tax from you. I was out here, pa. Nasetio. So we are certified institution. Be our na ajiwatum. Say for na ajiwatum. Na so we certified. Say be our baby invention. And now we are content creator. Be and I say bibisa. Now we nyam faswa after oma ajiwa atum no we amount certification. And also on faswa wunyano they supposed to get 9% of that. In the man is a meti. Me a course me test it. Nipa ba ko pay me 12% on my communications. They certify me send me content creating after government tax I hear me na no CSA for so be say additional after 12% no almost say be me 9%. Otie and also say me boom raswa all fines of penalties under this act no you better charge me 50% of your friend is saying a car and I say a kwa dry ye dia bom nyina no e mo 50% of say e sikasem a ko mo bottom straight. So all fines or penalties, under the act, you're supposed to pay 50% of it to the CSC. So almost is you. No more say yes cow. Almost coon. No more say yes cow. And I'm saying you baby. I didn't hear bottom some the further we go. Now yeah, go further and say the more they arrest, the richer the institution. Anna Sam George becomes. What kind of CSC no? Or my any coded message. And you won't get it, said you meet you me. Ghana ni, Timiki at Yenwa kind of tra. Okosha, Sabra Bakos, I can't buy me Kosha Yano. Woman show money robbery, Jimmy, control money robbery, go home out. Why can you out him who said, yes, Sue, yet it's your yes, Jessica freeway. 2 months are a robbery. Unyan baby at us. One more yes, selfish, no may say, now Unyan Munya Binti. Na yes sir, oh up to 14th to respond to this, to do a demonstration against the government. So after the 14th of next month, so many normal passes I'm with Ghana shit. You be butu man, I'm telling you. Now let's jump to the section 35 to the section 37. Now from section 35 to 37, the summarization HR. Me topic is say, I say the critical information infrastructure. This gives them the power to click every system. Or say, I had the critical infrastructure. I had this portion, this section 35 to 37, and almost the power to click every section. The power to give them, and I said, what? Something to give them the power to declare any system as critical. Adeɛ bi ɔmo say ɛyɛ critical bi an ɔmo otumi say ɔmo tirim say we critical or not. Now critical itself as a word any negative, but when it comes to security near case be a critical, then that is when the thing becomes dangerous or inspected. Ɔmo so ɔmo ba benye to me to decide say we critical, this system is critical or not. Now Ayekaoo system wɔ ha no deɛ all part of section 35 to 37 and say ufie it's a system, property is a system, business it's a system. So will be a private hospital be it's a system. Whatever or factories it's a system. Now omni be decided says our system no why we japade no a critical or not. Critical means I was so omobeye inspection wo ho. Omoma wo to adwumadie ne so. Anaso omu gu adwuma. Omu na wo to me to declare that this system critical. And I said the system critical. The CSA is going to have that mandate, that powers to decide. So fear wasi, wajuma wabie. Baby, I won't tell wajapadi be a baby. U business be a afe na ube biye. I'm gonna have power to decide. So idea critical. Young question. Yes, shame they will see a good one. I join man koso. Yes, it's fine or not. Omu nebenya said to me no. To declare say we are critical. And I say critical. I say, I say, in terms of section, that is the section 35 to 37, where Japadi be or private owned, hospital be businesses be, and as a startup business be, say, almost person would declare no as critical, then you're supposed to know, say, you declare no as critical pay, then, and no maybe I was only few who to me be as the owner of that particular investment or property, or said to me, to me, bay. Tianum. Or say, deserves to be inspected. Whatever property deserves to be inspected for their own reasons. Untimi muso almost say, Adenti, and I'm holding my Japadi way to critical notice. I'm what says I deal with me business way critical. Omune womu to me, Untimi muso almost Jomo pay and omo ye. Omu to me to decide this is negative or not. Omu to me to draw any conclusion. Uni said to me, Nibi, Omu pay and omo ye. Now, almost I would to me say almost seizing that particular system, say business no whatever, almost to me so almost easy, almost to me so almost breaking it down, almost to me say almost destroying it. And this is the dangerous part out of the section 35 to 37. Baby, dangerous. 35 to 37 now Ayekaoo system almost declared to be critical and baby crazy. I was that section when you say when a system is declared critical, the system be declared critical, you must register it. If you only declare a system where say hospital where critical pay, then it means I also buy more for registration. Over so by register, you have to pay money. It is not for free. Now, omunya do to say continue that particular business and our property, all right to continue using that particular property, then every year you also cheer into a certain fees be to the CSA. The cyber security authority, I was also chasing to them. Now, and also you're supposed to give the crazies. I need the crazy. You're supposed to give the authority access to your internal system. In the end, say, "Hey, we're just to say fee, and I'll show you business tycoon. Fee gate, security door, code room, entrance, whatever, you say we use a certain AIB to get access, a full access into that particular hospital and asset property. Say I was so many access to that internal system. was all the security code I did refio and I say adwuma everything I involve internal security of that particular company no or that property no I was say what the mass for no into adwuma bi a Ghana fear bi a Ghana bi etim say we dey omo na say ye dey ato critical no wo mo no I was so omunya access to it to the code o pins everything adwuma no computer ho nsensem fama omo nti da omo pa bia no say ya homa 12 omo timi bo refi ho at any time and at that particular institution no omo ba no omo ba quick no omo wuram they are supposed to get access to all these informations. And this is a total disrespect, total control. This is totally a foolishness because even in America, they don't do this. Ghana form packing kind. And this is sad. The Cybersecurity Amendment Bill 2025 is supposed to be totally scrapped. It's supposed to be banned. I was here a demonstration. I was here binum sa set some George no mo do saki kano. Say timu problem no wonti a opeso otiche Ghana for sa. Whether say we open a portal, say Ghana for make sure margin or not. And you stupid. What right does he have to do this kind of thing? What run where she answer? Says I give way a breaching ni pafa hudie. O movie anom dia beda da will say. Oh, yeah no cry catch am say that say Ghana for make sure margin. Omo ama tini e pass yen. And you stupid. Why was she saying so also do Ghana? I didn't know when who say Ghanaians don't have to react before you sit down to prepare such a stupid bill for Ghanaians. And when that's a Ghana for so many demonstration no more passes idea way never NDC among you because arresting several content creators for mere reasons, innovators attacking them, or be what idea to help the economy invention wise, AI wise. Now all teachers uncle for you and when the from how authoritative the government is, so people will become angry and I know that they coup ever bomb my name and remember military for what I see ye be hinani ajo man se musi mo jimia tio no mo say so security code and internal security access now was what they ma wo almost the reason why they are taking them is for inspections purposes to also have authority over that property. Some person may inspection anytime they don't need to call you on phone. They're supposed to have the access to that property. Say about buy nothing ever no. Or do have quick no that property. That is the reason why. And also identify a certain system as critical. You're supposed to give all your internal security to them. In fact, this is stupid. Your keys, including your keys, also samples of keys. I would rather that particular building. Or maybe say you code in your also maybe see a phone pin digit. And no matter sure sa book ya that way. Then you in the coded form into kanya. No why you won't get ya unyancha si any inch the moon said you meet you. And this is sad. Bien what bet you said the meet you. 34 to something pages. Me the 12 amount. Say, don't be selfish. Na Ghana ni bin tien semibi. Na bone koso o mani mu. Tien ye ba. Na se obo humusua. The section 35 to 37 to say. Se obo humusua se o refuse santi sheye we ya. It comes with a heavy penalty. It comes with a heavy penalty. Aso tien mu dro. Se wo de property safwa, code, pins, security access. Now also unfamo will be a third party. Almost it comes with a heavy penalty. What kind of penalty? But for now, summarizing everything, kakra no, me and jump to the next section, which is the section 49. Now the section 49, speaking of licensing aspect, some person more licensing BB, or timemuni person licensing BB, and now person more licensing BB. No one will have the right to offer cyber security services in the country. Say, o computer be I break it down. And I say, o software be I break it down. And I say, o here nimdiye ni futu efa computer hu nimdiye bi a wode ye wadwuma ma wadwuma koso. Omo say, obi ani o man mo wotumi so obeboa wo. Ati so wo mo nko a. Utimi fro obi. So omo meboa wo. Ewo computer bi hu nimdiye. Even including your software update and co. Tisa wo mo. CSF no. And what's offer omo. Utie pa. Na say even otwaso say tio. So I say even for free services crown nipa no a obey ama no ni right so ya de ne ma for free. Say bia o nua ketua bi o idea about cyber security. No obeboa wadwuma no. Almost say even for free nipa ni right to do it for free. Adentia na nipa ni right without say some George ni CSA fo no abamu no adentia na nipa ni right here. O say tie we dey meba ye beba adentia no so. O say ye beba so later me jumping see and yen cutting. O say so if you are into IT, so why hear me who into IT. And I say why hear me who into ethical, hacking. And I say an IT consultant in Pukeka. Even if it is a non-profit, we ain't for free or whatever. And I say you are doing it, so that is basically you are doing it for free. I'll say you need to pay. You need to pay for a license from the CSA. That is the CSA. I will say which you say maybe our boy boys with their cyber security protection, making sure say our four person protect mama from having service and demo sample no one sem our phone. So now our for how to be able to secure a building say and breach to these things are a bit protected the web, the internet in your house or with restrictions safety back. Or say who will be or yama for free right. The person is supposed to pay for a license. The person is supposed to come to them and pay for a license and send any panel etimi abua for free. The will be so nama or amount for computer hunim dia. CSA almost say you will face a big punishment. Who say any panel overcall big punishment? Some way omunyam passe ye. Almost omama less than 1 month. Say Ghana for Bebunu so better now send Kwasia for. Omumfu, Omogini Igbo king one. They will teach Ghanaians. Say Omajinsa. This matter is bigger than the Igbo matters. Igbo king, whatever Ghana no. This matter takes your freedom. This matter, it takes your freedom of speech. This matter here we are talking about, it invades your property. It invades your privacy. This matter, even your phone. Even your phone. Say CSA for almost cyber security amendment be where you pass even your phone is in trouble. I say you will face a punishment. So shall say so yes I know way for free. Now meaning without their accreditation, all talent and your media mouse in computer without CSA phone, all talent and your media mouse when you for free and answer when you some fast one. Without the CSA, no academy. Basically, that is what they are saying. You don't need them to tell you it's academy because they are controlling things that are not supposed to control. Not supposed to control. Academy, omu be good yuma. Young kids omu ba omu ye innovators e benefit. Si kapra for registration omu ni bi. Nenso omu di sa no ma we ho kiti wo internet ne so by teaching people even about IT no. Since I am share akura kitu e bi e benefit 120 million ko fan away. So they are going to kill talent, basically. And the system is going to watch this stupid thing to happen. Hey, oh my pan, I have fun say. Oh my, and I have fun say. Kwasi what your mind mu. And a baby parking kind. I said, Ghana no kura power wa, no kura ho no mo. Say, nipa person who obi o kan kura, na ko bin target me politically. Because we are fighting for the country. Could be target me to be political. Now, can this for almost my uploaded video and they will be first to be here because I'm protecting their government in integrity. There are foolish people in the NEC party who want to kill the NEC party. And we are not doing these things because of politics. We're doing things because of the future of our beloved country called Ghana. Yet, my empire, the president of that your friend is saying association. Ghana for blame me that. Send me NDC ni. Now me fire MPP for. I did it because of Ghana. The wrong things the MPP did, we lamented on it. Jaffe di entina mo tweet me say ye. Musi me MPP ni. Ye kan okura no enko ma mo nko aso hu de ye kekere de aso am mmada ache. Ye tia na ye bohu de wuro. Sa bra NDC ni bi kwasia ni bu afu ye kan okura. Kakro onye di ntino ne bu afu. Ye nyan mo man no. We will be here to always tell Ghanaians the truth. I say this is how they want to kill the system independent over a year oversight. This is sad. This is crazy. This is so crazy. Now, section 59 and sections that is sorry, section 57 to 57C, no, e confirm sankomoya edi and the biemu deeper. Certification when killing talent when section 57 to 57C, you know, it deepens this conversation. Unyantie baby hankwa into wutia no send ya ma onye bi ehunu de ekoso man. Tieni. O see, the section 57 to 57C. So now they affirms the section 49 I can see here by using this section 57 to educate you that they even have the right to approve or not. And as to unapprove services are as an IT service provider. To certify. If you are certified by them, almost certified by them, and for sure, you're supposed to pay 30% of that. Profit, you're supposed to pay 30% to the CSC. So the authority is forcing the system and imposing authority on the system, also benefiting huge amounts of money from the system. This is the cyber security amendment bill. No, many will say Ghana for. Now, okay, deeper to the section 59A to 59K. No, aha, your friend of the enforcement of powers. Aha, pa no be promo to me. Says if one be promo to me ye. The tawasunity hanum. I see. All powers no be unlimited to the extent that only for the CSA and some judge for no to me no maybe a boss number confirm no to arrest, to prosecute, to freeze your bank account. If the thing say was see freeze your bank account, they have the powers to freeze your bank account. They have the powers to seize your properties even before a court approves it. They don't need the court before they can seize your properties. They can seize your properties at any time. They can even force you to hand over your informations or passports. You know, since if we to for so say, well, our passport, my for this or whatever reasons unknown to you, or here court answer. They can even seize your passport. They can take any ID that they want to take from you. And even your phones, your laptops, any equipment, if you feel it contains data, the CSA can take it. You see, they can take every data for investigative purposes. Are there a clerk to say we will see investigating? You do not decide what they have to investigate or not. One more say idea we will see investigating, and any part will see investigating. Omutimi sees your phone, omutimi sees your laptop, omutimi sees anything you feel is omunya information free. They can seize it without even the court approval, and this is stupid. They are becoming bigger than even the court. Now, I say they can enter and inspect your home, workplace at any time, even without a warrant. To omutimi bo bra ofie ahwehwe wundwuma mu ene adade abra omunya warrant bia. They do not need a warrant, but omutimi bo bra ofie wundwuma mu omoba yaba ye be hwehwe mu ye na betumi aye. You could have to me than the police and the court. We don't need a warrant. Where is your warrant? Or something you can. You're the phrase CSA for. We don't need a warrant. Yaba without a warrant. Hand over with security. With laptop and a password, they're saying. What can I say no, pet? Then there will be a punishment. Hey, and before they saying, then there will be a punishment for you. While privacy, there will be a punishment for you. So we'll refuse you to hand over your phones and security and whatever. Now, the part 2 of this particular section, section 59A to 59K, the part 2 of this section, and it says, some particular section way involve powers are more than the court, more than the police service, even with any clear, and I said without any clear judicial checks. Judicially, there is not going to be any checks on this amendment bill. So judicial any person who just answer one or much you must stop you. Any question can even Ghana 40 memo for to send me a material and maybe can win some. The, judicial system is not even doing anything about this stupid bill. without any clear judicial checks. And they are planning this. Some of the better Ghana for it. So I say, and this won't stop cybercrime. Sadie way. Summarization on a make a child. Sadie on person me, but summarization almost say it won't even stop the cyber because if you want to stop cybercrime, who person stop cybercrime? Reality, who person stop cybercrime? These are not the rules. What came from the first section to the last section? Baby, and where regulations. Don't do this, don't do that, don't do. I say everything is channeled on forcing people, imposing authority on people, taking money from people. Now, can you say, "Adia ya mamradi"? They said the okay constitution is it here. What means rules and regulations. Where the akwe bibia to say, "Chichirichu amoso, omo anya juomuska, omo anya from court, omo anya yomusi, omo anya yesi." Without a warrant, bo run fee, who here court permission, sir. Chichirino, Jenny Pins free in some, ne fee and for a time, seizing the properties. This is not security. This is enforcement. I stupid wise. Ghana from parking kind. We will be here to always tell Ghanaians what is right. And this won't stop even cybercrime, as I said. Just no regulations to guide cybercrime, but a great control to attack critics. Into who guys a particular section here, a year 59 to 59K ya make one some ya. Omo menya time I shake crata anymore. Obu ha operation back here. Obebako kind. Unyanti as ye we about 32 to 34 pages. May summarize it into 12 pages. As usual, Obi King Ghana platform _ Goa. And him said, when it comes to things that are of national concern, you come to your command soon but taking care of the country. Obi be ready at in but 2 weeks later, no, I say my king can you and no see court no. And say my king can I mean in your courts can and sa na court akano. That is the different thing about this platform. Who nyanse bet me media chinye. But later on, I said, some king and they can't hear the prayer. Now, 2 of ye. Dear, this section 59 to 59K, no, almost to me more than the court. To me to control critics. What can some not a buying Mahama no one yarding, and I end this ya buying only one yard cratchy. Yabacho. So, in general sense, freedom of speech, any hope bill. Constitution is there is freedom of speech, but the CSA is going to tell you said there is no actually there is nothing like freedom of speech. What can some not CSA and I said Ghana government official be again send your work and yet correct man and then inquire what me based on the CSA formula so not yabecho because you are criticizing the government. This is the law they want to pass in the country under the authority of the CSA, the cybercrime that is the cyber security authority. Who can some say be a comment section ase what trouble be or video politician be comment ase ohun wudi akwesiamwa hey akwesiamwa me na wudi matam sa no se ma okay nya otimi jama CSA for no ma be chew wona dey no tro comment we will be video ase kwasiamra say ne ye ba be enact into law e country ni one more matters and same way no. They are happy say me change mupa because omo hun krata ni say security but omo ntia se ada na yesi krata bi security krata ni mun say yesen eno na king Ghana we tia me change mu no so omo ma join the live no currently do not be selfish. Yet me a video 30,000 views 40,000 views 53,000 views I was just YouTube nko na likes no e mind busted likes in so Nesubusa won say nipa be 5,000 like and I say 2,000 like here. All of them share video no ana. Na nke video ne be surpass 1 million views. Aden how you selfish. Share na unua bi nya bi ntie na bone koso o man nim. Share na unua bi enya bi ntie. On this particular show, on this platform called King Ghana, I had to show waiting say what is happening in Ghana. The koso Ghana o man nim biaro on what is happening in Ghana. What's happening in Ghana? Ayekaoo tia even the week you know aha ye be teach you e ma wi ase Ghana fo hu de ekoso wo man mu so we a blogger we a TikToker we use Facebook account to be and I say any social media app bia wo so now we express your freedom of speech yetimi be chew maka chew what's your TikTok live why video at TikTok yetimi be chew CSA law no uni freedom of speech. If only say somehow can almost see a phone who say it's ya Ghana banya ye be chew. My goodness. This is going on in the country. Almost may up to 14th of next month. Yes, up to I think that document in my head up to when according to Ghana from penny from Kwasia for almost a day. I'm say up to when I think I have it here. Where is the folder? Where is the folder? Yeah, so this is it. This is it. Almost it. Any you can see it on your screen. Alright. I'm on my up to 24th. Yes, up to 24th of next month. So Ghana for Mebuno and TNC Monte and Trabane say and Kwasia Sem. No much to political party over the country. We have so Ghana for Mebuno according to the government, the cyber security authority CSA for almost say more up to 24th. And some of the flyers they say up to 14th. To me, I sure say hit in a bano. A man for can win some Roma BM to 24th. Into Tinaho. Never same way agro. We edit the nonsense. Ebobo. Eba now, yet 20 details. The craziest part in the Bible or say, Tio. Say, who your blogger be, TikToker be, Facebook be, who you use keke, who was our apps issue. Now can some who express freedom of speech. Now a binary dream say, as some now can no wear black a crab yet me bet show. Bo kwedu. CSA for no more here court. Omo a district attorney. Omo a state attorney. But omo to me saying the state attorney. Empo. Omo to me bow fear but swallow without a warrant. Cause ya na akotwa de to comment section as na nyawa oh man kan boni bio sa asem na kan ne boni anasa nya boni no omu ne decide nyawo enye the constitution uni right so state constitution is by the constitution stated that freedom of speech is being described by them omu ne describe what is freedom of speech nyawo. My God, am I being a team? Am I being any Timmy? Am I being a Timmy? Baby, I will show me free beer. So, up a south showering on this particular content. Yeah, church mu akakra near the particular number between your friend. Now, the Ghana of wedding come at showering. Not picking about just 3 calls. Say, beautiful line to now within the first 3 minutes, calls and buyer. Then I hang it up because minute time. When you again, minute time, maybe. Now, me and jumping to the part 2. The part 2. Of this section, the part 2 of the section 59A to 59K. No, ma jump into it. The part 2 na idea. So actually this is section 57A. Now the section 57A no. Ono nsema wo kan ye. Criminalizing speech. It mean go na me kan kira won. Omo be criminalize. Omo make sure say omo twere won krata anim say a criminal. Asem na can be entire all right here bet show no without a warrant and say a criminal. So the section 67A to section 67B no, it criminalize freedom of speech. Constitution is here free, but only the criminalizing say it is criminal. Sam George, because champagne in it is criminal. Who exercise you phenomenon? Nanki enka freedom of speech. Nanka kwasia fo bebrom go internet no say me Kevin Taylor. I won't say on the me no. Kevin Taylor the the last time about life na me ne papa edin komo like mo beka I think last 2 months more Kevin Taylor kwa champagne ne yewo no oboase no ki achi no dada ki achi me nua no dada if say sa normal way criminalize ya ka me nua no ki achi no na go record MP. Why is the government doing this? Freedom of speech. Na me say wa wo hwe mi wo ye ni sini ndi wo dwen say nsem ameka no ye nkwase asem wo busu ni betwero nkwase comment ni abechi no. Innovation aspect here discuss here idea be it is not criminalizing only freedom of speech, it's also criminalizing even talent. What make your talent who sika ye becho and educate no come. So the section 57 that is 67A to 67B, you know, I say they are making it a crime to gossips. Gossip bibi to say oh can't say me no mo say e tra and konkonsa enye konkonsa nyina na ye no kore konkonsa bi wo ha e gossip say wo gossip wo kan say mo hu say e lies on the internet and then say nkamia gossip 24 avenue dey so nkama tamia me nua Clement wono so na mpen ho asemi na de bia wo kan amanfo ho nsem to ngwase asem ma be ye nyina ye hwe gossip 24 na ye de agigi yani me hwe me nua ne pa Clement na me de na agigi mani. And this is so because the definition of what is lies, I am define it, and yet the public. So in general sense, then gossips are not allowed. If gossips are not allowed, then programs are going to be about people. What are you going to do about it? We don't need it to be clear. So this is what they are attacking before you understand the issue. So they are going to criminalize. Ade omo dwen say ye tro, udi obi hu konkonsa. So omo hwa ade kro no say TV so no hu say ade na wo kan ye tro a, they can arrest you. They are criminalizing freedom of speech, as I said. And the government is going to put a huge penalty of 5 years in prison. Kwa kai 67 either. TSI chu almost say 5 years in prison near their 2-3 so. Who could dem if you say 5 years. 5 years. And I woke up with them 5 years, so 5 years. I buy a chiwa who them 5 years. Because the other now can't say my name. Which is internet so. And I'm sorry, I'm on phone conference, politicians, whatever. Nti basi abon say bloggers na ba be kodi afam because onim so odi konkonsa affect NEC. Nti NEC ade na nya ye ni ho konkonsa. I don't have problem with that. More politics. But what about the talent you're trying to restrict? And granting the what about people's pins, codes, security, fear, or breaching into someone's property? What about that? What about that? The good thing about that particular bill you're prepared, the good thing about the whole bill, this section, affected those with false information. Say there will be my information via a misleading the public, online. Then they can come and arrest you and put you in prison for 5 years. They don't need the court. See, they make that. But the saddest thing about even this good part, and they say, false information for internet. The saddest thing is, what is false? Who decides what is false news? Who decides said you need pay Kenya no correct? Who decides said that content were misleading? Not the constitution. And so they can state say we are them 5 years because or making misleading information. What is misleading information? I'm gonna describe what they think say misleading. So even if what you are saying is true, not the government in the person you are misleading the public. So the definition of what is a misled information by them is given by them. This is totally stupid thing that is going to happen in the country. People are watching it to happen. Hey, be party. The definition, is not according to what is in the constitution. It's according to them what they think. Say idea false information. So in general sense, the summarization of the whole 67A section to 67B say na say can say menya no concern na wudi ni adia them for 5 years. So if you criticize the government basically officially, then we say it's a false news now. They are going to violate your freedom of speech. My goodness, everybody Tuesday. Now, the last section. But number no enter so those who want to call, my fan to suntem. So well, maybe I never pick it. But I won't be fast to capture the number.
Yo, yɛne aken mɛde se papa ken abedi nkɔma kyerɛkyerɛ mu sɛnea cyber security ne ɛteɛ sɛ Ghana yɛmbo yɛnsɔre ɛnyɛ sadeɛ wei de yɛpaase de a ɛde nsɛm kɛseɛ ɔhaw ne oyeni ɛbɛtumi de war anaasɛ coup aba Ghana enti ɔno nso ne nkyerɛmu a waba bɛkyerɛm na ɛbusua ne menkyɛ ɛnɛ wei ne nsɛm a yɛkɔkɔ tieyɛ ɛwɔ yɛnua ken hɔ aha Malope TV aha enanim aha na nimdeɛ ne nyansa ekasa bo modia say YouTube channel you be subscribe share link na ma obi ansa ka bi program bi ebetom bia no na won so wonsa akabi afei so wo bibi ebo hu dawura me patro fabra ye bebo hu dawuro ama kama na emum travel and tour any akonfosam dawuro ne ye mbo wa ha dia kabia say aduane na to na se nduru na se food and transport agi wato mo nko ade a ye betumi ato biribi a wotom biara se car so dwumadie bi a odi biara na pesa Malope ebo hu Malope TV ebo hu dawuro ma no ye bebo hu dawuro ama kama na bibia nso akonkan aha Malope TV in God we trust aha ana bread be ma kwan na me dwumadie ne se Doris Asanto or comment section me chia Munina comment section, Mary Dumno Bob Santo comment section. Mama Eunice was printers, and you know, voter region. Sister Ta or London, Atadide or London. Mama Georgina, and so or Abrochre. Mama Felicia or Abrochre. na na chim o abrochi Germany Canada modoso papa mama Fosti esoso mechia mama Doris munyina mechia Agnes mechia munyina modoso papa mama Comfort mechia no enti nyame yadoma wo chena dasene so kwasiada ochena yebesan ahia nyame nka ho onye okese makrao bye bye